Now we're in the after show. Magic. Here we are.
Okay. Wow. It's unbelievable.
I know. Isn't it
Yeah,
wonderful here?
totally transformative.
I know. Totally different.
Yeah.
So, so how did you decide to write this book? What was the impetus?
The impetus was, in many ways, my own experience. I went into education a long time ago and then school leadership. And in all honesty, as you can imagine, transitioning into school leadership, there are challenges.
Oh, yeah.
I think anybody transitioning to leadership deal with. And frankly, I wrote the book as a way to provide a resource for people who are transitioning into or within leadership that maybe I would have benefited having back then.
Yeah.
Basically, the tool I would have liked to have, I then wrote for others so that they could have it.
But school leadership, now executive consultant, executive coach, consultant.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
How'd you get there?
Yeah. So I don't, in all candor, I don't see the leadership piece as really that much different.
Yeah.
In other words, the core fundamental values that translate into good leadership, I think they're universal. So whether you're running a school, you're running a small business, you're running a company, you need to communicate with your people. You need to relate with them well. You need to have a vision. You need to know how to set goals and act on those goals. Now, are there parts of what I do where my, let's call it, expertise doesn't fully align with, certain my clients? Of course. But on the other hand, I think one of the gifts of a coach is not necessarily knowing everything that their client knows.
Yes.
Because then you could really you could almost force them to articulate things that they otherwise would take for granted.
Yeah.
And you could ask the kinds of questions that other people wouldn't dare to ask because they feel like that they're sound or look stupid along the way. And I think that because you could ask those questions, what you're doing is you're providing an opportunity for people to circle back, get more clear, really become focused on what needs to happen, and not necessarily assume that the way we've been doing it all along is necessarily the best way forward.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's the gift of being an executive coach. And the gift to being an executive coach is that you don't have to be an expert in all the myriad fields of your clients.
Yeah.
But you get to experience all these different worlds, and it's so fascinating. So your day is probably like mine, not days like today when I'm doing interviews for this show, but days when I'm working with my clients are always so interesting because I go from one industry to the next, and it's just such an interesting world.
Yeah. You're moving around from place to place, and the challenges are so different. Some folks are well established, some folks are getting established, their team size is different, their areas of focus are different. So I enjoy all of that. And that's one of the things, by the way, that motivated me to transition, not only the ability to help on a broader scale, but to have more variety in my work.
Absolutely.
Now, trust me, running a school is a complex position. There's a lot of variety built in, but I don't necessarily control a lot of my responsibility there. So in other words, it's not like I can say, I just want to go ahead and observe in classrooms and work with people and support them. I need to be the disciplinarian at times as well. I need to be able to deal with, board meetings or other factors, which I don't necessarily have to do in my work today. I can pick and choose the kind of client I want to work with. And that's one of the gifts I think about it.
Yeah. Well, good choice. You're clearly wise in the ways of leadership.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Naphtali, I'm so glad that Phil introduced us.
Yeah. Likewise.
Thank you for being on the show and the after show.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be both, and it really has been transformative. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Take care.
You got it. All the best now.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.